spending the night at Xade Campsite and giving it some thought, I made the decision to head south and exit the Central Kalahari through the Khutse Gate. I knew that the road ahead would be long and tricky, narrow with deep soft sand, so I set out at first light. I didn't want to find myself in the worst stretch of the route during the heat of the day. When the sun's high, the sand becomes even softer, making it easier to get stuck. I also had to keep my speed down. Branches from the thick bush grow close to the track and could easily scratch up the truck, not to mention the risk of wildlife suddenly appearing from behind the shrubs. Stopping in time wouldn't be easy. So just before sunrise, I was already on the move, heading south into the wild. Here comes the sun and the branches. The road is hard-packed, and other than that, branches that scratch the track all over. It's easy to drive here. Third gear, 35, no problem. And hopefully the road conditions will last like this for a few hours. There are some parts that you can't see the road. The camera is located higher, but from the driver's seat, some sections are very difficult to follow the road because the grass is so tall. Yeah, the road condition here is pretty good. This could be one of the north roads, so this part, excellent. Only problem is that suddenly you find a tree on the road and there's no sign, no marking, of course. Fallen trees are dangerous. Just see them when you are right on them. This is because the grass is so tall that you don't see anything. And then suddenly, right after the grass, you find the fallen tree. Guess nobody came through here in a long time. Hopefully I'm mowing the lawn for the next vehicle. Now the road that was coming from west to east turns south, and it's going to be like this for a while before getting to the east again. This is approximately 88-90 kilometers from Xade. Some 95 kilometers from Xade. I don't know why, but you bounce all over the place. You don't see much because the grass is tall, but suddenly it is just bouncing. So it is a good time to slow down. First 100 kilometers done. It's 7:48. It took me 3 hours and 15 minutes. I basically didn't stop. You can imagine. Do the math and you'll see how fast you can drive here. I'm trying to find a spot to stop and stretch my legs for a while and have a little breakfast and check under the truck for grass and seeds, but I'm trying to find a place with a little visibility, and so far there's nothing. I didn't see many animals, but you know, lions, you don't find them when you want, but they show up when they want. All right, this is the best I can get. There's not much visibility, but we'll try here. I don't see any lion prints here. All right, so this is what you get inside the radiator if you don't have the seat net. So if that goes inside, it's bad news. Yeah, there's some grass. Doesn't look bad. Let's check the exhaust. Yeah, the exhaust is fine. The diff has some grass, but it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, this place is lonely. Lonely, 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 lonely. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Cookies and milk. I'm not doing any cooking today. Those are the branches. Look at that. All scratched. Yeah, this is what you expect when you come here. Breakfast is finished. Really quick. Let's go. Shit. Damn it. This part here is really bad. Holy shit. Even driving at 25, there's no way to stop if you don't see it. When you see it, you have like 10 meters to stop. Yes, that's one of the reasons to have a good bull bar. I keep seeing elephant dung now and again. It's wise not to drive too fast, just in case an elephant crosses in front of you. There's a lot of things on the road, it's sandy, but even though 25 or 30 kilometers an hour, if you see the tree 10 meters from you, probably is already too late. At this point, kilometer 114 from Xade, the road takes another turn, and now it will continue like this for quite a long distance. The section of the road that goes north to south, first part is okay, second part, watch out for falling trees, because when you see them it's already too late. Did you see how difficult it is to stop with the sand? On the road. That's kilometer 130, and this section, the road's still good, the sand still hard, but lots of branches scratching the vehicle. The solitude on this road is absolute. When you're driving here, you have all the time the feeling as you are far from everything. There's nothing around, no lodges, no camps. Of course no assistance. No one is around here. If something happens to you, you're basically on your own. This is not the main game drive area in the reserve. People who want to see animals will go to the north. Here, you will see few animals, only those crossing the road, because the vegetation is dense all the time. You don't get to see much far from the road. And if you come here, it's just for the adventure. But I have met people which are seasoned 4x4 drivers and they have no interest in coming here. There are no roads that you can take and drive around here. This is the road. This is what you get. There are not many chances to drive around. So if you decide to come here for the adventure, this is what you're going to get. If everything goes smooth, you will enjoy it a lot. But if anything goes south, you'll be on your own. Of course, a satellite phone is mandatory here. Get the phone number of the gate when you enter. Shit, falling trees. Yeah, when you see them, you're already there. If anything goes wrong and you get stuck, you could be here for a week. So have that in mind if you plan to come here in terms of buying supplies and water and everything you need, because very few people drive here. I didn't see anyone today and I don't expect to see anyone.
Tall grass again.
I just passed the halfway, 143 kilometers. It took me almost 5 hours.
Where I expected to be so bad wasn't bad at all. It was like one of those north roads, hard packed, not much problem to drive. So I don't know, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe that was not the point where it was bad and I will find it later. I don't know, but so far so good. That was the fork on the road. The road to the left was the one going north, and the road that I'm taking, which is the one going south again, is the one that goes to a village called Motamelo. Let's see how it looks. Now this road that goes north to south, it's different. It's deep sand. It is more complicated than the other one. So let's see if it's only this stretch or if it's all the road. But yeah, once you get to that fork is when you expect to see this type of deep sand road. Also, it is late. Now it's already 9:45. The temperature is rising and maybe that's one of the reasons for the sand to be deeper, and the feeling is also that it is stickier than before. This is the second campsite that you can find on this road. It's Xade Campsite and it is quite close from here. This is it. This is Xade Campsite. Basically a place where you can camp because there's nothing. And when I say nothing, it is nothing. Alright, so here the deep sands all the way. Yes, these are the deep sands of the Southern Kalahari. This is what I was expecting all the way, so my memory tricked me thinking that it was like this all the way. It is not. It is right after Xade Campsite that the Central Kalahari takes out the mask and it shows its teeth. Yes, definitely this is the worst part by far. stretch of road requires all your attention. All. You have to be concentrated on driving. There's a fire here. There was another road, but honestly I cannot look at the map where it's going to because I cannot get my hands off the wheel. I see some more smoke near the road. There's another fire there. I hope it's not on the road. Yeah, there's more fires here. Too close.
If you remember, when I entered the Central Kalahari, I was told that it was impossible to visit a Bushman village. Well, to my surprise, there is a Bushman village right on the road. When I arrived, I don't know why, but they were very happy to see me.
Motomelo.
Motomelo.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm in Motomelo. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Okay. These friendly people invited me to visit the village and let's see how they live here. My two friends. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
What is that for?
What?
This, all this.
These are grasses for houses.
Yeah, this is the real thing. This is the village of the Bushmen living inside Central Kalahari Game Reserve. I guess these are the people that they told me at the gate that I couldn't visit without a permit, but they are so happy to see me. I'm the attraction here. Oh, this is the house, huh? Oh, yeah. So you live here, huh? This is where you live. Yeah, this is all they need. Not much. Blankets, some clothing. That's for water, mosquito net, and not much. Something for cooking. This is all they need here. What is it? Really? You eat that?
Yes.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Do you know the name?
Now.
Now. Now. He's asking for pills because she has pain. I have to see if I still have some. Are you my friend? Are you my friend?
Yes.
Yes. Because I give you lemonade.
Yes.
Yes. She wants lemonade and now she's my friend. Now she wasn't my friend before. No.
No.
No. And this is another house. Basically all the houses are the same. Few clothing. Fire. And this is to keep the water. Not much more. Chair, blankets, and really beaten up mattress. Yeah, these people live with really basic stuff.
We do not have license to hunt.
You don't have license to hunt. So these people living here inside the reserve, they don't have sources of food or money, but they still cannot hunt. What I don't know is how they survive here.
Some big trucks and come and give us some food.
Oh, the trucks come and give you food. They just give it to you. So you don't do anything to get money?
Yes.
I see. So basically they're supported by the government. The trucks, I've seen those trucks bringing food here because they cannot do anything. They cannot hunt, they cannot get money. They just live here and wait for the welfare. They just wait for food. Surprising enough, all of them are Christian. And this thing is from a church. All of them Christian. Yeah. Isn't it surprising? they say they go to Khutse. Khutse is a town that it's far from here, probably like 300 kilometers. So I asked them, how do you get to Khutse? And they said the food comes like every month in a big truck, and then they get to the truck, they join the truck and they go back to Khutse, and this is where they buy any stuff they need, which is not much because I didn't see anything around here, and the clothes that you see them wearing.
Makawa.
Makawa. It is a fruit. Yeah, she's eating it. Makawa. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Thank you.
Before leaving, I learned why they were so happy to see me.
Thank you.
Apparently, they thought that my vehicle was the truck bringing the food and medicines. They told me that it should have arrived 2 weeks ago. Bushman people were the original inhabitants of this part of the country. But when the government decided to create a new game reserve in the Central Kalahari, they were removed and most of them were sent to the Khutse area. But they went to court and they won the right to go back to the Central Kalahari and their ancestral land. So the government was forced to accept that they would return to the Central Kalahari. But the Bushman people are hunters and gatherers, and they are used to hunt to eat. But the government decided that they could not hunt inside the reserve, and that's why they send supplies once a month in a big truck. So they cannot hunt, they cannot grow anything, they cannot do anything, just wait for the food to arrive in a truck, which in my opinion is really sad.
The bad road, which is this one, the deep sand road, started 28 kilometers away, 28, and it doesn't look like it's going to finish anytime soon. Now in the middle of the day, it's almost noon, with a high temperature outside. You feel it, how the car struggles to go through the sand. It is not like before, which was a lot easier. Now it needs a very soft and really hard to drive through. This road is terrible, terrible, terrible. You can't make a mistake when you're shifting gears. You feel it, how it slows down. It's telling you I'm gonna get stuck. When you're coming from third to second, you have to go fast. So now second, you feel how it's slowing down and it's pulling you down. It's already almost 50 kilometers like this. This is 200 kilometers from Xade, and it's 10 past 12. So it's 7 hours and 40 minutes since I left, but at least I stopped for an hour. Holy shit. At least I found a place to stop and drink something. Another village. No, I don't smoke. No, no sugar, no sugar. No, I don't smoke, sorry. All of them ask for something. Tobacco, sugar, sweets, money, clothing. They're living on welfare and they're used to beg. That is a shame. Such proud culture brought down to this. What a shame. Looks like it's not that deep anymore. The worst is behind. Now it's sandy, but it's not deep sand. It is some 60 kilometers from kilometer 152 to kilometer 212.
Those 60 kilometers are really challenging, really very demanding, My hands are hurting from gripping the steering wheel. Maybe I don't look happy because I'm tired, but I am. Although this is not over yet, but I'm really happy because I said that I would never come back here. The last experience was awful. We were stuck in sand for probably 10 hours and not in the best place because you don't know what animals are around. And I said I will never come back to this place again. I'm glad I'm out of here. This is a nightmare. Was it a nightmare now? No. So I had time to think about what was the difference. Wow. Burned out car. Shit. Wow. It's a reminder of what could go wrong here. So I had a lot of time to think, what is the difference between last time and this time? The clearance on the vehicle that I used last time wasn't high enough. I learned a lot during that time, and I knew I needed a lot more clearance, good suspension and tires, and this vehicle is much better. Another thing is, you know your vehicle, choose the right pressure for your tires, you know what is good for them. In deep sand, for me, 1.2 at the front and 1.3 at the rear works well. This is what I chose and I didn't have any problem.
But this is skunky. This is it. All of them look the same except Bape, which is very, very basic. So this is the road that goes south of Kanki to Khutse Gate. This is the turnoff to Xade Campsite, and this is it. Location is good. It's near the pan, and you've got good visibility. This is the last campsite in CKGR, so it's not a bad idea if you want to do this road direction Xade, spending the night here. This way you can leave early in the morning and make sure that you passed the worst section before it's too hot. Okay, now entering Khutse Game Reserve, and that was the cut line between